Hello, I'm Spencer Sletton, your Newswave correspondent for the day, and today I am with noted streamer, music producer, and student here at Trinity University. Would you like to introduce yourself, Max?
Hi, I'm Max. I'm a finance student from Houston, Texas. Currently in my fourth year, just like Spencer. I make music, like you said. I stream the Legends of Runeterra, which is a League of Legends card game, if you've heard of League of Legends. And yeah, some stuff I do.
So, Max, what brought you to streaming League of Legends Runeterra?
That's a good question. I mean, I've always, enjoyed performing. I used to do choir when I was a youngin'. Did my talent show in high school, stuff like that. So I've always, liked being on stage and stuff. And then being good at a video game, it kind of like melds those two things, being like a performer. And like just talking to people on the internet is always fun. I really enjoy meeting new people. So those things kind of mesh pretty well together. So it just ended up working out pretty nicely.
What are some of the biggest takeaways you have from streaming starting versus to the point you're at now?
So streaming is interesting because I'm a part of like a very niche internet community at the moment. There's probably like 1,000 to 2,000 people who like tend to watch this card game that I play on the internet. So entering into that community has been just like a fascinating experience, meeting like a range of personalities all across the world. Like now I randomly have friends in like Italy and stuff. And it's like, all right, that's sick. Like, so doing that obviously just really cool. I think a sense of community with the things you do is really important. And it's definitely like a fulfilling experience when like just meeting people and like they tell you like, oh, like your stream made my day or something. Like it's all like makes me feel so special. And like it's just a very cool like opportunity to connect with people, make a little money, try to like just enjoy my hobby and try to turn it into something bigger than what it currently is.
Thank you. What is one interaction you've had recently with the chatter that set itself apart from the typical noise that goes on during your stream?
That's a good question. A highlight. What's a unique chatter? Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so I had my friend from high school. He randomly entered my chat one day, and he's like, "Hey Max, like since you've been streaming, like I haven't told you, but I've been watching you here and there." And then he was like, "I started streaming because like I saw you doing it and you were doing well, and like it kind of inspired me to start." So I was like, "Oh, so I can't curse," but I was like, "Oh, dang, like that's crazy, like." Because now I'm doing something, other people see it, and that like encourages them to do something, and it's just a very cool, like any chance you get to like inspire people, it's just cool. Not to be pretentious, like oh I'm such an inspiration, but like like it's just fire. Like you get to do something, and other people see it, and they're like, okay, now I can do that too. And it's like, okay, you're kind of opening the floodgate or opening the potential possibilities from people who like come from the same place as you.
Is there anything else you want to share with the people before we get played out?
Yeah, make sure. I mean, me and Spencer kind of came into this interview with the goal of like communicating that y'all do something you care about. Cause like when I recently went through some family trouble and I lost a loved one, and I was like, we're all gonna die at some point. So if you have the chance to like, most people like 99% of people like they have to do something, but like if you're privileged enough to have the opportunity to be able to do something you care about or like get to express yourself in a unique way, like take full advantage of that for the people who cannot, so that's kind of like my whole ethos with what I do, and I hope you can take that as well and try to do something cool.
Pulling on that thread a little bit about possibilities, where do you see sort of your future taking you in streaming? What sort of developments does Max have under the hood?
Okay, so we're about to graduate pretty soon. When I graduate, I kind of plan to do streaming full time. With that being my main goal, it's gonna be a lot of just like existing on the internet and trying to build my presence on the internet, and then that's gonna be just like it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a journey. I also plan to travel a lot. My future is very much up in the air because like I know people who have streamed and then gotten jobs at the company for the game that they work at, so that's one avenue, or for the game they play, or I could work with a particular brand, or I could join an esports organization. So there's just a ton of different possibilities. I could become like a community organizer and like host tournaments. There's just like a million different routes you can take, and just my main goal is to continue like doing things I care about. So making sure that I'm giving back to the community. I did something in the new year on January 1st. I hosted a charity tournament with the help of my friend Pat. We put together a little like $2,500 prize pool and then raised money for charity, which was really cool. Kids in Lebanon specifically. So doing that with the community, we had like all the like top players involved, and like raised a couple $1,000s, which was really cool. And just like that was probably the most rewarding experience so far I've had in streaming. So I think trying to make sure I keep doing cool stuff like that and just building my presence on the internet as Max got the tracks.